We're here at the Clayton Center for our October Meet the Artists reception, and this month we are featuring artists Don Stephenson and Simoan Leonard. And right now we're here with Don Stephenson.
Hello.
And Don, you have an exhibit of historical artwork from Clayton. Can you tell us what gave you the idea to do this series?
Well, when I was growing up down near Four Oaks in Johnston County, I had always heard that my family was related to the Gods up in Clayton. And I was never able to verify that. But I was over in the archive room at the library, ran into Pam Baumgartner and told her that story. And so she got on the computer and tried to find out what the relationship was. And I didn't know enough to tell her enough to really get into it. But when I got home, I had my wife, Francine, who works with genealogy quite a bit. And she was able to determine that William E. Dodd, one of the most famous citizens of Clayton, and my great-grandmother were second cousins. And so that sort of stimulated my interest in historical aspects of Clayton. And that really led to researching and coming up with all of the paintings that I have here on the wall tonight.
How long have you been painting watercolor?
Well, off and on for years, even back into my 30s. But in a career and everything, what happened to me in my oils, watercolor, and acrylics was that I would get pretty good at it, or at least I was getting somewhere, and then I'd have to put it down for maybe 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years, and then I'd come back to it. But as I approached retirement some 8 years ago, I decided when I retired, this is what I wanted to do. So I took some courses over at the college, Johnston Community College, in acrylics and art design and art appreciation, and then took watercolor classes from Jim Brown, who's a local watercolorist, illustrator. And ever since I retired, I've been doing it on a pretty regular basis.
Well, how long has it taken you to come up with this particular collection of paintings?
Well, it started almost 18 months ago, and I think I did 15 paintings that were put in the Hocutt-Ellington library, but I wanted more, so I did some additional ones, and that came up with the exhibit here tonight. So it's been about an 18-month project to bring all of this together.
I really admire that you've taken black and white photos and then you've made these colorful paintings from them. How in the world do you decide what colors you're going to use?
Well, it's a matter of imagination, and also Charles Reed, the noted watercolorist that I think you're quite familiar with. And he has a section in one of his books on how to take black and white photographs and come up with a color scheme that will pretty much work. I've learned just recently the colors really don't matter as long as you get the values correct, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Bring more color into the portraits and not worry so much about what the colors are, but to make sure that the values are correct.
Well, I love your colors, particularly the slave house.
Yes.
I was just mesmerized by the tree with all the purple in it. It's just, it's just beautiful.
I like to do trees, even if they're bare of leaves or autumn, summer, whatever. Trees are a favorite subject.
You started out as more a nature painter, is that correct?
Yes, my background is in biology, and I worked as a biology instructor at Johnston Community College for years. And prior to that, as a professional biologist. And I've always loved nature ever since I can remember.
So have you unearthed even more photos that you want to paint? Is there more to this series to come, you think?
I may add a couple to this. I'm sort of going in a different direction right now. I broke out the acrylics and started doing some abstract painting yesterday.
Oh.
And I want to pursue that at least for maybe 5 or 10 paintings. before I go back to this.
What would you say is your favorite or most interesting painting here that you'd like to tell us some more about?
Well, I really think it's a toss-up between Ellington and William Dodd. Those two are the ones I feel the best about. I don't see as many mistakes in them as I do in some of the others.
Well, I love your self-portrait. I think it's just
Thank
wonderful, and you've got the eyebrow cocked and everything.
Well, that was going to be a one-of-a-kind thing, but Francine, my wife, took it to our watercolor class over at the community college, and I brought in my painting, and she gave out the picture, reference photo that I used, and about everybody in the class ended up painting it. So if you see that same painting by somebody else, don't be surprised.
Well, Don, you've been a CVA member for a very long time. I'm not sure how long.
Ever since I retired, which I think has been about 8 years now.
And very active on the hanging committee.
Yes.
And just
The art fair committee this year and years past.
Yes, so very valuable CVA member, and it's just great to see your work here.
Well, it's a real honor to be here. Thank you.
I'm here with Simoan Leonard, and Simoan has a display of mixed media artwork. Simoan, will you tell us how long you've been creating artwork?
I have been creating art for the last 25 years, and I enjoy mixed medium with different textures. So I do a lot of acrylics and a lot of fabrics.
Well, what got you started in doing mixed media?
Actually, my mother was an artist, and my grandmother was in the arts as well. So I kind of inherited that, and I did attend school in Atlanta, the School of the Arts in Atlanta.
Well, what would you call your overall theme of your artwork?
Ooh, it's very diverse. It's very diverse, and I love color. So I don't have one particular, thing that I do have, but it's kind of diverse for everyone.
I see you have some Native American pieces, pieces that reference Africa, some landscape.
All of that is a part of my inheritance. I have a little bit of both of those and a couple of other things. So I just want something that represents everybody and not just one particular being or one particular culture. I do also have a special piece that I want to put out there. It's called Behind the Shades, and it's a picture that represents a very well-dressed woman, and she's going through domestic violence. So I do want to put that out there, and I'm a supporter of that. I've never been a victim, but I am a supporter of that. So those that are experiencing that, I hope you find a way out.
That's a good message. Simoan, are you the kind of artist that you can see exactly what you want to do and you do it, or are you more process-driven? You just start building your pieces?
No, I can look at a blank canvas and just see it. It just comes to me. It's quite amazing to watch it unfold.
Are you originally from this area?
I am not. I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, born and raised, and my family, my husband and I, and baby Rain here, migrated here last summer to Clayton, where we purchased a home, and we adore it. It is a very lovely place to stay. Yeah, Clayton!
And Simoan, you've been a CVA member for at least 1.5 years now,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
And you also branch out into fashion. Is that true? With your artwork?
I do. I do have a collection of leather bags and some clothes, and that's also mixed medium because I either handcraft them myself and paint them. Those also have fabrics on them as well as jewelry, wooden jewelry. So yeah, I'm mixed medium all the way, all the way.
You must have a pretty extensive studio with all these supplies.
I have a basic studio in my living room at home. And that is because my 9 to 5, I actually work as a teacher, and I work with spec ed, special needs department with children. Even though art is my passion, children are as well. So that's what I dedicate that time to.
And is Baby Rain already an artist? Do you have her getting in there?
When I have my brush out, she's at the table with her brush as well. Absolutely. I've already gotten her started.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, we really appreciate you having your artwork here to share with us for the month of October, and we look forward to seeing more of your artwork.
Thank you for having
And
me as well.
do you have a Facebook or anything?
Yes, my Facebook is under Simoan Scott. That's Simoan Scott. And my Gmail is Simoan's Art, SimoanSart77@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you very much
Thank
tonight.
you so much.
Our November Meet the Artist reception will be held on November 3rd here at the Clayton Center, and we will feature drawings and oil paintings by artist Ronald Lunn, as well as acrylic paintings by Eric McRae. Hope to see you there.